Warning: the following may contain scenes of informative hilarity as well as stupidity. Okay, the stupidity is guaranteed. Viewer discretion is advised. Alright, the next one that has been requested is Fischl Beach? Does anyone speak German? Maybe comment down below and tell me how to say this. I think I'm probably just gonna call her Bird Lady or Lightning Chick. I don't know. There isn't even a script on here. That would be really helpful. Pew, 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 pew. What? Her auto attacks aren't anything special. I had to spice it up somehow. Yes, her auto attacks are standard archer where she shoots a bunch of times. With her, at least, whenever you get to the end, she'll do a little flare and giggle. So, yay for waifu status, I guess. You can go into an aim shot mode where you're able to charge up and fire an elemental arrow. You can fire this repeatedly without getting the element as well if you want to just keep stringing shots at a weak point. But it kind of gets annoying, as you can hear her just repeatedly saying, ha, 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 ha. Mostly you're going to use this for the element shot. As an archer, aim shots can be very useful for specific enemies. For example, these ruin guards. When he finally gets up, hey, a mushroom. Mushrooms. Anyway, you can shoot him right in his eye. Shoot him right in between the eyes. It gives him a little bit of stun. If you shoot him a second time, or you can miss, so you can get him twice right in the same... I'm trying to show people in this video. Stop making me look bad, bro. Now, don't forget that every character has a jump attack. If you jump off a cliff and try to heal yourself, you can click it at the very end. With archers, they do this fancy arrow storm as they land and do a superhero dive.
You're gonna do superhero landing. Wait for it!
With it. And they just do a little bit of landing like that. It does some AoE damage. It's okay, but you're probably not going to use it that often.
I hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble supplication.
Oh, yeah. Fischl's E, Knight Rider, summons Oz to her side. Is that a chicken?
Chicken! I'm gonna eat you!
That's a chicken. It's a lightning chicken. Anyway, this lightning chicken is able to do a sustained lightning attack on anyone that is nearby him. He will continuously shoot, and he actually lasts quite a long time. It'll keep inflicting the element until he goes poof. Her elemental burst, Midnight Phantasmagoria, elegant name, I know, transforms her into her chicken.
It's me! I was the turkey all along!
And allows her to move quickly. It also does lightning strikes onto your enemies that are nearby. At the end of it, it basically replicates your Q and continues to have Oz out on the ground. You can chain this after it ends, if your E is back up, to just resummon him again. Now as you can see, every single time he's shooting, he's pretty much getting more elemental energy, which is charging your Q. So as soon as he ends again there, I can just Q again and do the whole combo over. By the time that one's over, he apparently also likes to target cooking pots. As soon as that one ends, I bet you it'll be ready again. 2 seconds off. So you can almost infinitely have Oz out on the field to keep doing lightning damage. Fischl fulfills the role of a DPS class. She's able to be your sustained DPS as a primary carry, or an element reaction support character that does sustained DPS again, but while not on the field. She's very good paired with other characters that can continually apply an element just like Oz can with Thunder. So you can continually do explosions, superconducts, and electro charges. You can start off with Oz, bringing the Thunder out, and then using any other character for fire for an explosion. This does an AoE via Overloaded. For an ice chain, you can use Kaya or any other ice character to create Superconduct. This causes the defense of the character go down, you can see the arrows around them saying that their defense is down. This is specifically a physical resistance down, not true defense. So this is going to make your white attacks do more damage. You can also do your electro charge by getting the characters wet and then applying your lightning. This will cause a dot that will repeatedly strike them twice in 1 second. It's difficult to show it quickly, but you can see there was a 374. And we'll get it to go again here. So, see how it struck him twice. This reaction will also arc and hit nearby enemies that are also wet. Here's a better example of Superconduct against some slimes that are immune to the actual effect, since it explodes as an AoE of ice. But you can see that it will affect my white auto attacks so that I can do more sustained DPS. Here's an example of Overloaded, also known as Explosion, against some fire slimes. We put out Oz, and he's going to overloaded them. It deals fire damage though, so against fire slimes it's not going to do much. But you can see how it causes an effect that does a big fire AoE and launches the targets. Now, another note on that. Let's go fight the big fire slime down here. Oh, there they are. We can just use her ulti, have Oz come back for us, and then you can actually shoot Oz if you have your Ascension level 2.
Nope.
Oh, and he's gone. Come back, Oz. Alright. And he's gone too. What? Okay. Let's go get the big one. As I was saying, you can use Oz, and you can shoot him with a charged attack and create an explosion. It's a small range AoE of lightning around him, but you can see the around 500 damage that was happening there. That was the not the constellation, but the talent from Ascension that you can do. It's pretty impractical to use during battle, but you might be able to find a very good use for it, maybe a specific build that you're doing. Maybe you want to throw in a wind character and just have all kinds of extra explosions and swirls. You can always use the main character. Maybe you want to use Venti. All you gotta do is light the ground on fire and do a flame tornado, and then bring Oz out, and he's just gonna cause some explosions. You can bring him back over here, cause more explosions, just lots of overloads, lots and lots of AoE damage. So, if you would prefer to use Venti, maybe you got lucky, or maybe you pulled for him real hard, you can always do the exact same thing, but a much grander display. Throw out the bear, you can throw out your chicken in advance if you want, and then you just do your big old ulti. You're gonna suck them all in, get a bunch of fire, and then you can even re-proc this, and just get lots of explosions, lots of swirls, and just have a big show of it. Oh, they're all gone. I thought we were gonna be friends. Fischl is fairly simple to play, but may be difficult to master. The main idea that you want to do is create as many elemental reactions as possible, because Oz is constantly on the field creating a thunder effect. Adding in a character like Xingling, or Zhangling, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name either. You can create endless explosions. We're going to put down Oz, bring out the bear, we can go back to Fischl, and we can just start shooting. We're getting overloaded procs repeatedly. We want to stay nearby so that Oz keeps getting hits. We can go back to Xingling, do her ulti, and continue to use Oz with the ulti of Fischl. This is going to keep causing overloaded to keep proccing. Over and over. Lots of explosions. Now, if you prefer not to use explosions, very good for AoE, you could use something like Superconduct, which would be Kaya. I used the wrong character. So, Superconduct will add in more white damage whenever you're autoing, but it also explodes for ice damage. So you can use something like Kaya's ulti or his E, apply that, get this out here with Oz, and we can just continuously ice explosions and try not to get murdered by this guy. I'm out of stamina. This is going to be bad. Let's just heal with Barbara. So, you can, again, continue to have that up, get Kaya out, do a superconduct, and then you can have empowered auto attacks for better white damage. This guy takes a lot less damage than some of the other things I've been fighting, but you can kind of see the effect. Lastly, we have a water and lightning effect, so we can put up Barbara's E, we're going to dodge those missiles, we're going to get Oz out, and we're going to try to continually do electro charge. So this will arc onto other enemies, as well as cause a little bit of a dot. It's a little bit difficult to do with Barbara's E, so it might be better to use another character. As you can see, the electro charge keeps proccing. It's almost easier to use Barbara to proc it rather than using her E up close. It's a little bit more dangerous. I think it would be really good with Mona, or potentially even Jinghui? I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce a lot of these names. We'll just get that out of the way. So as you can see, my favorite combo is definitely the standard explosions with Xingling. I think it's one of her best pairings. You're just going to continually get overloaded, and you can get your autos in there as well. Now you want to be careful with how much you're dodging with her, because if you run out of stamina, she's going to get squished. Generally speaking, when she is out on the field as your primary carry, you're going to want to be auto-attacking and causing reactions repeatedly. And the main thing for her, with Constellation 1 like I have, she doesn't really do a whole lot. She's just auto-attacking, using Oz, using the bear, using whatever things you can do for a reaction for as much damage as possible. Now, Fischl's gets very interesting whenever she gets higher constellations, like any character, but particularly her single target damage and her AoE just skyrocket. I can't show you on my account, but in the showcase later, we will have a friend help us out with that. You will have the ability to have Oz out all the time, so even when he's not summoned, he will be an orb and an auto attack with you. When you do have him out, he starts to shoot with you as well, on top of his normal strikes. And when you call him out, he's able to do a bunch of DPS and an AoE around himself as well. Moving on to equipment. For weapons, you have a lot of different options here. However, as I've already explained, she can be many different styles. She can be your primary sustained DPS. She can be a support that you just pop in, pop Oz out because he always stays on the field. She doesn't have to be there. You can use her ulti to bring Oz out and just keep him up all the time. So she doesn't have to be your primary. She can be your support. In which case, for whatever weapon you decide to choose, some of the 4-stars, like Favonius Bow, gives her lots of energy, means she's going to be able to use her ult often. If she's your primary carry, you might want to consider using Rust or something similar. That's a lot of normal attack damage. You can use Sacrificial Bow to be able to use Oz more often. However, I generally find that you're going to always be able to have Oz up. You probably don't need the skill to proc itself again. You can use Messenger if you really want to have that weird aim shot damage style. I don't see too many people doing that with Fischl. She's very speedy, does repeated damage, so she doesn't want to slow down and aim that often. Especially if you're fighting Ruin Guards. If I hide behind this pillar, maybe people find me because I keep missing aim shots. Moving on to artifacts. You have many different options here. I'm currently using her as a support, so every time she uses her ulti, I really like the Exile. She's gaining lots of extra energy recharge, but she's also giving more energy to the entire party every time she uses that elemental burst. You can do lots of different combos depending on if she's your carry or support. Find what is right for you.
So, 5... I'll just run 7. I'll run the hard shit, and you can just keep the official parts.
Sure. at Constellation 1, Oz, when he's not on the field, will stay present as a little orb beside her and will join in on her auto attacks, her single clicks. You'll have at Con 2, Knight Rider, which is pulling out Oz, will do an additional AoE damage and has a larger AoE. At Con 4, when she uses her Q or her burst, it'll also do a large AoE, and at the end of the duration will heal her. At Con 6, Oz will actually attack with her when, or whatever character is out, when he is on the field, so he'll actually attack with them, doing more electro damage. So lots more AoE, lots more single target damage. Moving on to her talents. Her first talent that she'll get is doing the aim shot damage. When you aim shot at him, it'll do an AoE. And the second one is a Thundering Retribution, dealing electro damage equal to 80% of Fischl's attack every single time an electro-related elemental reaction is caused by Oz. This one is huge for reaction damage, which is what she is all about. Well, thanks for watching another one of my deep dives. If you liked what you saw here, definitely hit the like button. If you can comment down below as to which character you want to see next, anything that I might have mixed up, any info that you have on the game. I love learning, and I love Genshin Impact. It is a great game. And, yeah, we're going to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a button here somewhere. It's like there or there or there. I don't know.